Hello, good morning. I especially welcome you to my YouTube channel. My name is Obicha Wisdom. Are you new to this channel? I say thank you so much for stopping by. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and also do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that each time we upload a new video you'll be notified. Are you a returning subscriber? I say thank you so much for your support so far. On today's tutorial, we will be learning how to make this detailed structured sleeve. It's a new sleeve and it's trending now. I know this is something you would like to learn, so kindly watch to the end of the tutorial. You will need a crinoline for this project, and of course our fabric, and then I have hard stay. Okay, so these are the things that we will be using for this project. So the first thing I'm going to do is to fold my fabric into two. I'm going to fold my fabric into two this way. From the top of the fabric, I left 5 inches. Okay, just leave 5 inches from the top of the fabric, and then I also left 5 inches. I have extra 5 inches at this side of the sleeve too. I already know that the round sleeve I'm working with is 16 inches. Divided by 2 gives me 8. So I have my 8 inches here. So I'm going to draft my basic sleeve now. Okay. So the length of my sleeve is 13 inches. I have my 13 inches here. From here, I'm also going to take 13 inches to this other side. 13 inches, which is my round sleeve, which is the length of my sleeve rather. So I'm going to connect with this one so as to have a straight line. Okay, so from that point now, I'm going to take my sleeve measurement. I'll come down by 4 inches from the top line, and then I'll mark my 8 inches here, which is 16 divided by 2. So I have my 8 inches here. For the downside of the sleeve, I have 6 inches. 6 inches. Okay, so I'm going to connect to this point with a straight ruler. Connect from this point with a straight ruler, and then I'm going to cuff my sleeve just like we usually cuff our normal sleeve. Okay, I'll use my free hand and cuff my sleeve out. Okay, so I have done that. I have cuffed out my basic sleeve. So you can see what we have here is our what we have here now is our basic sleeve pattern. So I'm going to alter it now. So from this point, I'm going to add 5 inches at the hem, at the side here. I'll add 5 inches at this other side of the sleeve too. At the upper part here, I'm also going to add the same thing, which is 5 inches. So I'm going to connect it with a straight ruler. Then I'll bring this line back to touch. Then I'll bring this line back to touch this initial sleeve line. Okay, so I'll bring it back here. You also have 5 inches extra at the top here. So from this top also, I'm going to connect it back to this sleeve, to this opening here. Okay, so I'm going to connect it right now with my free hand. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So connect it back to this point. Connect it back to this point. So the very next thing to do is to also come up by 5 inches. We came up with 5 inches here. I'm also going to go up with the same 5 inches here. Okay, whatever inch you added at the upper part, you also take it out from the hem line. Okay, so we added 5 inches at this point, so I also reduced it with 5 inches from the hem line here. So I'm going to connect this line now back to our sleeve length here. Can you see I've connected it back to the sleeve, the tip of the sleeve. I've connected it back to the tip of the sleeve. So I'm going to cut it out now for us to see what we have. The way I'll cut it, I'm going to cut it this way, and then so here is what we have. Okay, so let me open up and show us what we have. Can you see what we have? Here is what we have. So I'm using the same fabric for the lining, so I'm going to cut another fabric again, okay, because I'll be using the same fabric for the lining. I'm going to cut another one out right now. So I've cut out the second one, which I'll be using for my lining, okay. So I'm going to gum my heart stay on the lining part now. I'm going to gum my heart stay on the lining part, and then I'll also sew. So I'm going to, so after adding my heart stay, I'm also going to sew my crinoline on the tip of the sleeve, okay. I'm also going to sew this crinoline on the tip of the sleeve, at the hem of the sleeve, okay. I'll sew my crinoline round the hem of the sleeve, and then I'll come back and show us what we have. So I have gone ahead to gum my heart stay onto the fabric, and then I've also sewn in my crinoline. If you have a redline bone, you can sew your redline bone at the tip of this sleeve, okay. You can sew your redline bone leaving half inch space, so that by the time you want to turn it, it will not be hard for you to turn. As at the time I was making this video, I had no redline bone, so that was why I didn't add redline bone. So if you are making yours, you can add your redline bone to the tip like this, okay. And remember to leave half of an inch whenever you're sewing the redline bone to the sleeve. So remember that you have to gum this on the lining, not the main fabric. So this is the one I'll be using for the lining. So I'm going to use the main fabric, okay, the main one, to turn it right now and come back to show us. So mates, I'm done turning with the fabric, okay. Can you see what I have? I've used the fabric to turn the lining in. So here is our final result. Can you see how structured this is looking, even without adding redline bone? I've not added redline bone like I told you earlier. So even without the redline, you can see how structured it is, okay. So the next thing to do now is for me to sew the side of the sleeve, okay. But I'm not going to sew it this way, because if I sew it this way, the rough edges will be obvious, okay. So what you're going to do is that you're going to open it up this way, okay. You open it up, and then you bring it together this way, and then you sew from here to here, and then from here to here, okay. So I'm going to do that now and come back to show us what we have. So I've sewn it, and here is what we have. This is looking so beautiful. Can you see how it's looking? Can you see that the rough edges are not visible? I've sewn it inside. So with this, we have come to the end of this sleeve. So I'm going to pleat this place now. I'm going to pleat this place and place it on the mannequin for us to see, okay. I'm going to pleat this place, then place it on the mannequin, and then I'll come back to show us what we have. So here is the final result of our sleeve, okay. Can you see how beautiful it's looking? This is really beautiful. So when you're making yours, you can reduce the length of the sleeve, because when I finished my own, I realized that it was too long, okay. It's too long compared to the one in the picture. So by the time when you're making yours, you can reduce the length to say 10 inches, okay. Just make the sleeve length 10 inches. Remember, I made my own 13 inches. You can make your own 10 inches so that it will not be as long as this, okay. So have you subscribed yet? If you have not, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel so that each time I put a simple tutorial like this, you will be notified. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.